This week on a brand new exciting episode of Strong Arm Sports Podcast. Nah, listen, man, I'm telling you, Bron not a fool. Bron do not want Dwyane Wade. If he did, he would have gotten him already. I'm serious, dog. Bron don't want Melo, and he don't want Dwyane Wade. He doesn't. Wow. That don't sound nice, but this is factual shit. Wow.
We supposed to be the losers, but we winning though. They used to laugh at us, now we winning though. They used to tell me never in my lifetime. I guess they wasn't in their right mind. Underdog.
What's going on, folks? Welcome to a brand new exciting episode of Strong Arm Sports Podcast, the realest sport podcast in all the land.
True.
The Paris, I'm talking about in all the land.
True.
Okay, making sure you with me, man. We are back to wrap up the previous week of sports in dramatic fashion. No BS, no sugarcoat, no biases, just that strong arm truth. This happens to be the first time you guys are watching our show here on YouTube, or maybe you listening on any of our various podcast networks. On one half of the show, man, I go by the name of K Spade, the Prospect.
And I'm your boy, LaParis57, and together we form Strong Arm Sports Spade.
Yes, sir.
Bro, what a week.
Sir.
What a week. We're going to start,
NBA,
you know
man.
what? First of all, I want to thank y'all for joining us for another episode of Strong Arm Sports. This show right here, y'all already know we back to top fives. Spade told me before the show, I'm saying it, Spade. He said,
Lord,
people gonna be upset with my top fives. Like, I got some guys up there.
I never said that.
You already know Spade top fives for the past couple of weeks been pretty trash. He came up with that trash safety idea, and ever since then, it's been pretty trash.
That's not what people telling me. I'm actually getting feedback. People tweeting me talking about how fire my list is. So,
Spade, we're gonna start in the NBA, bro.
we better. Let's do
We're
it.
gonna start there. We're gonna start in the NBA. Gotta top. Man, we've been talking Kawhi Leonard. Me and you been on opposite sides of the Kawhi thing too. I'm like, man, just trade Kawhi to the Lakers. Just go get those assets from the Lakers. You know, Lakers kind of pulled the deal off the table. It was reports that the Spurs told Philly only way they can get Kawhi is if they give up Ben Simmons or Joel Embiid. We already know they not doing that. No way.
Yep.
But they found a landing spot for. Matter of fact, they actually deported Kawhi. They deported him. They sent Kawhi to another damn country, Spade. Kawhi Leonard was traded to the Toronto Raptors in Canada for DeMar DeRozan, Jakob Portal, and I think a protected pick. Denny Green went with Kawhi. Spade.
Yep.
Kawhi to the Raptors. DeRozan to the Spurs.
Yep.
One, what do you think about the trade? And two, who won? Who won?
Before I answer any of those questions, who was right about what the Spurs should do? You or me?
You wasn't right, bro. You said
Yes,
send
I
him to
was.
Memphis. You said send him to Memphis.
I did say that because that would have been the worst situation I felt like you could get. But I told you I would not send him to the Lakers. I'm sending this guy to the Eastern Conference, and I'm gonna try to get what I can
Memphis
get
is
for
in
him.
the West.
I know. I said Memphis because I felt like that was the worst place
You
could
were
send
wrong.
him.
You were wrong.
I was not wrong. I like how you trying to change this. You like, it don't matter what you get. You might as well send them to the Lakers. Send them where you want to go. Just give people what they want. Bend over backwards. Grab your ankles. Toot that thing up. I was no, that's a terrible idea.
Let me ask you this. Before you even go, let me ask you this. Did you even think DeMar DeRozan was even a tradable asset before this deal? Did you think oh shit, DeMar DeRozan is on the block? Even if you,
of course not.
Even if I would have said, yo, do you think Toronto would trade DeRozan for Kawhi? I bet you would have said no.
Yeah, of course. Nobody did. But that was my point. That's why you don't make a decision in haste and you go ahead and deal with the Lakers and you get the Lakers what they want and you give Kawhi what they want. I don't know if you watch these movies, LaParis, but you never negotiate with the person who got hostages. You know what I'm saying? You don't give them what they want. You negotiate, but you don't give them what they want. You never bend to these people's demands. And I like what the Spurs did. They didn't rush. They knew it was a good chance they was going to get screwed in this deal, but they made sure they came out on top. And this is probably the best case scenario of anything out there. I mean, I'm not saying DeMar DeRozan is Jordan, but I think temporarily for this year, I think both teams win. Now, the obvious loser in this situation to me is DeMar DeRozan. And I'm not saying that because San Antonio's a bad place, and I'm not saying that because I don't think him and LaMarcus Aldridge will work out and actually look pretty good together on the court, because I think they will. In that terms, I think both teams got better. But DeMar DeRozan was promised like a year ago that he would not be traded. They told this man that. He had a chance to go be a free agent and explore other options. It was rumors he wanted to go to LA, and he stayed loyal. This is a funny word in this business, but he stayed loyal to Toronto only to get the shank in the back. They shanked him.
I don't even mean to cut you off, but when he was a free agent, he didn't even take meetings with any other team but Toronto.
That's it. Yep.
Crazy.
Yep. Now, here's the funny thing. Toronto truly believes that if you look at their history, once they've gotten guys, whether they wanted to go or not, they feel like they have been able to keep them. I don't know why. I don't know who the hell. I don't know what example. But the GM, whose name I'm probably about to mess up, how you say it? Ujiri, whatever. That guy right there really believes that they can convince Kawhi to stay. Now, a lot of folks are looking at what happened with Paul George at OKC. Nobody in their right mind thought Paul George was going to stay in OKC. I think he came out and said no matter where he went, once he was a free agent, he was going to LA. So teams are looking at that. They're taking a risk. And what we don't understand is we just could not figure out why DeMar DeRozan was expendable to this team. And a lot of people came out and spoke out and said, Toronto got to do something for DeRozan. They should make a statue of him. And the GM came out and started his press conference off like, you know, I feel like we owe DeMar DeRozan an apology for maybe a gap in miscommunication. He said maybe a gap in miscommunication. But later in that same conversation, he went back and said, however, because they asked him something about Coach Casey too. And he felt bad about both of them, but he said, however, he felt like he gave both of them more than one time. So he was like, even though I feel bad, it's still their fault. So I guess he felt like this was the year DeRozan was supposed to take them a little bit further, and of course they did not. But honestly, for this year, I think both teams get better, LaParis. Both teams.
Jesus Christ, a number one seed in the East. I mean, goodness.
I tell you what, the GM said that although they lost DeRozan, he feel like they got back a top 5 player. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Me too. Do either of us feel like DeRozan's a top 5 player?
No.
Okay, so I mean, however, if you were the Spurs and you knew you was losing Kawhi, you get in DeMar DeRozan and you got a pretty mean, somewhat inside-out game. I'm not saying out like DeMar finna get beyond the arc, but if they can figure this out with LA and DeMar, they still can compete in the West. And they got some pieces over there. They could possibly be a 5-6 seed, maybe, if it works. If the experiment works and everybody stays healthy. It could work for both teams. But I still think Kawhi out of there next year. I don't think it's a chance that Kawhi falls in love with Toronto.
This is where I want to go with it. First of all, I agree with what you said. My thing, first of all, they did DeRozan terribly wrong. He was one of the few. Spade, we can go back. Let's just take a walk through Toronto real quick. And I know I'm going to leave some guys out. Damon Stoudemire. They had him. Didn't Stoudemire leave? Didn't he go to Portland, if I'm not mistaken?
He left, might have been Portland.
Because he got drafted by Toronto.
He had a stop in between there.
Isaiah Thomas drafted him to Toronto. And somebody want to correct me. I didn't look it up. I should have looked it up. But I'm pretty sure Damon Stoudemire left Toronto and went to Portland.
I'm on it for you.
Then next they got Vince Carter and T-Mac. Both of those guys was out. T-Mac couldn't wait to get the hell out of Toronto. Couldn't wait. Bosh left to join Miami.
Wait. Let's go back to the actually Toronto traded Damon Stoudemire. February 13, 1998, he was traded by the Raptors alongside Walt Williams and Carlos Rogers to the Portland Trailblazers.
Can you tell me who they got back or it didn't pop up?
They got Kenny Anderson, Alvin Williams, and Gary Trent. 2 first-round draft picks, a second-round draft pick, and cash considerations.
They traded Stoudemire. Okay. So maybe not Stoudemire. But Vince and T-Mac and Bosh, they all left Toronto. They left.
Yep.
Spade, they keep saying, Kawhi they're going to try and convince Kawhi to stay. Kawhi showed up. They said Kawhi is warming up to playing in Toronto, so they think, they thinking it's that Paul George. Maybe they can run the East, maybe be a top 2 seed in the East. They can run the East, maybe go deep in the playoffs, maybe even win the Eastern Conference. I don't know. But that's maybe how Toronto feels, and maybe that can sway Kawhi with signing an extension in Toronto. But I gotta ask you, Spade, a lot of players, they don't like staying in Toronto, because if you didn't know, when you play in Toronto, you have to pay double taxes. You got to pay American tax. You got to pay Toronto tax, and those taxes is absurd. That's why I told Spade this. That's why a lot of players like to get their main house in a state with no state tax. So
like
at least
Florida,
they can save
Texas.
Yeah. So they can at least save money somewhere. But I do not see Kawhi re up with Toronto. So if Toronto was going after it this year, they better go get it.
Vince Carter was traded as well, by the way.
Spade, even with Kawhi, if Toronto was to make it to the finals, I don't see them beating the Warriors. I don't see them beating the Warriors. No way. So even if they make a deep run in the playoffs, maybe even win the East and go to the finals, I don't see Kawhi staying. So the next conversation I heard this week, Spade, was, well, they got from up under the Derozan contract. If Kawhi don't stay, we have all this money. Spade, what free agent do you see going to Toronto?
No, listen, bro. Not only do free agents not want to go to We the North, I'm sorry, I'm going to keep it a stack with y'all. Not only do free agents not want to go to Toronto, but if they did, they're going to look at the way DeMar DeRozan was treated, and nobody wants to trust a franchise like that. So they doomed themselves. They're doomed. Like, it's a wrap. It's a GG. If they don't build a team through the draft, it is a wrap for Toronto. I went back, man. Vince Carter basically demanded a trade out of there because he didn't like the way management was handling something when he was there. So, I mean, even though they traded Vince Carter, like, he basically demanded a trade. He wanted out.
And it probably didn't pop up, but I'm willing to bet that Damon Stoudemire demanded a trade too. He wanted out. I'm willing to bet. I just don't see any free agents going to Toronto. Not anybody that's going to be like, yo, this dude right here is a game changer. I don't see it. I don't see it. And as far as San Antonio, I trust Pop, man. I think Pop want to squeeze every ounce out of DeMar DeRozan. We remember LA wanted to trade just a year ago, and LA stayed, and you had LA in your top 5, and LA played out of his mind. LA probably had one of his
I'm always
best
right,
seasons.
Ferris. I'm always right, bro. It's because I'm always right, bro.
Bro, you said let's combine safeties. That was a terrible move. So
I was testing you to see if you was gonna realize it was a bad idea, and you didn't.
I actually think San Antonio wins this trade because I don't see Kawhi re up unless something catastrophic happens and Toronto wins the championship. That's the only way I could see Toronto winning this trade. Be like, oh, okay, I get this move. But to trade DeRozan, who always he wanted to spend his whole career in Toronto, bro. And it's been a running joke on Twitter. And then I'm going to shut up, Speed. It's been a running joke on Twitter, bro, that, maybe Drake can talk Kawhi into staying in Toronto. Kawhi don't even look like that type of guy.
Kawhi don't even look like he listens to Drake.
Come on,
Kawhi
man.
don't even look like he would like the type of music Drake make. Maybe his R&B shit, definitely not his rap shit. Kawhi not bumping the A side. I'm going to go ahead and tell you. Kawhi not listening to the A side. He ain't even heard none.
I don't see it. I'm not mad at the Raptors for going to get it. I don't like how they did DeRozan. That's terrible. Everybody keep talking this loyalty thing. This is why me and you always say we ain't mad about players getting their money. You look at the situation that happened with Isaiah Thomas. Isaiah Thomas lost over tens or hundreds of millions of dollars by being loyal and coming back and playing for the Celtics. Ended up hurting himself worse. He was a 30-point-a-game scorer.
Yes, sir. Speak on it.
And he actually tweeted after the whole NBA, like the NBA community, and I ain't talking about the analysts and the reporters. I ain't talking about those guys. The players was like, yo, that's messed up how they did DeRozan. And Isaiah was like, look at my situation and learn from it. Learn from it. If you ain't, and if you looking at Kawhi's situation with the quad, You know, people saying, "Oh, Kawhi was faking." If you look at that situation with Kawhi, and you look at how they just did DeRozan, how Isaiah Thomas got treated, you can't fault Kawhi. Kawhi's still going to be a free agent. He's going to end up where he want to be next year, and I think the Spurs won the trade, Spade. And I remember earlier when it first happened, me and you was talking on the phone, and I said, Spade, I don't know who I think won this trade. But now after thinking about it, I got to give the edge to the Spurs, man. I got to give the edge to the Spurs.
You was talking about hearing what happened with IT and all that. You can't blame, some of these other players. You also have to go back to the Boogie Cousins thing. Everybody was upset with Boogie, including myself, but situations like this make you understand situations like Boogie's. It just, from the player's perspective, he definitely did what was best for him in that situation. Let's move forward, man. We don't want to talk Toronto that much. Last thing I want is for people to think we ain't got some stuff popping here in the States. When we do,
they might let's go to OKC. For talking Toronto that long, bro. They might double tax.
You ain't never lied. Let's go to OKC. Or maybe Atlanta. Or hell, maybe Houston. I don't know. Let's just go on a tour for a minute. Let's talk Carmelo Anthony, who, I got to back up the Paris. We said right here on this very show that we did not think OKC would buy Melo out. And we had some people telling us like, y'all crazy. And we was like, listen, a buyout means that a player is willing to take a little bit less than what they owe. If LePaire's loan me 50 and I say, look, man, I give you 35 to just go away and leave me alone about it, he's probably not going to take that. He wants his 50. Right. Now, it was reported that OKC was going to try to buy out Melo. And everybody came back quickly and was like, you guys was wrong. But we wasn't. We wasn't, because Melo was not willing to take less like we said that he wouldn't be. And the only way to get the job done was to find somebody who was willing to eat up Carmelo's big-ass contract, which is almost $30 million. It's like 28 and some change. It's almost $29 million. So here's the deal. The Oklahoma City Thunder trades Carmelo Anthony to the Hawks, which I was like, okay, this could get interesting. To get back, the Thunder got Dennis Schroeder. Now, we knew Schroeder wanted out, and just on the most recent podcast, we said, hold up. The Hawks just added Jeremy Lin on top of drafting Trae Young. Somebody's out of there. It's got to be Dennis Schroeder. What's the plan? Dennis Schroeder goes to OKC. Melo goes to Atlanta. Atlanta eats the $30 million and have plans to waive Carmelo, which means Carmelo can go anywhere for the mid-level exception and still make, like LePairs told me when we was preparing for the show, damn near $35 million this year to go somewhere. LePairs, my question is this. I'm not going to ask who won the trade because I'm not sure it's a winner. I guess you're going to easily say the Thunder won because they got away from $30 million to Melo. But the question is, what do you think OKC's plans are for Dennis Schroeder? That's what I'm not sure on, LePairs. I don't know what the hell they want to do with Dennis Schroeder in this system. I don't see Russ going off ball before you go. Go.
Let me go here first. First of all, OKC saves almost $100 million because getting Melo out of there gets them out of the luxury tax. So getting Melo out of there saves them almost $100 million. And before I even talk about Dennis Schroeder real quick, Spade, they told us, we said Melo ain't taking no buyout. They came back and said, oh, OKC thinking about buying Melo out. They hit us back, Spade, and was like, oh, you guys were wrong. We were right, because if one thing we know about Melo is what, Spade? He gonna get his chips.
He getting all of it, too.
Yep, every cent. Every single cent. But to Dennis Schroeder, Spade, I when it happened, I said, yo, I don't understand. They going Dennis Schroeder make like $15-16 million a year. He's going to be a backup. I said, no way. People was I even asked on Twitter, like, yo, what is the plan in OKC with Dennis Schroeder? So people were saying, oh, he's going to be the backup. I'm like, they gotta be trying to move Dennis before the trade deadline, in my opinion. People was telling me, oh, nah, Dennis is going to start the point and they're going to move Westbrook off ball. I said, no way. Westbrook goes from averaging a triple-double, having the ball in his hand whenever he wants, to go play off ball and let Dennis run the point. No way. I don't see it. I could be wrong. Spade, you the basketball guy. Maybe you more knowledgeable about this than me. I don't see it.
Yeah,
Spade,
I don't. It's not gonna happen.
I'm assuming that they're gonna find a trade partner for Dennis Schroeder, maybe a 3-team trade. I don't know who, I don't know where. I'm still looking at Orlando like, what the hell are they doing at the point guard? Because they just traded Sheldon Mack. I don't know what's going on. They just traded Sheldon Mack for another damn big.
I think they may keep Dennis. I think their plan might be to have some varying style of offense when Russ is off. Even if it don't vary. I mean, if Schroeder, he's very inconsistent with his shot, but we know he's fast. He can put the ball on the floor. He can attack the rim. He can get by people. And he should be able to create opportunities for shooters. I don't know if they really got the shooters out there. But I'm telling y'all now, there is absolutely no way Russell Westbrook goes off ball. That shit ain't happening. That's not happening. It's not happening.
Spade, no way. That's what people was tweeting.
It's not happening.
No way.
Oh, I heard some of that too. It's not happening.
Let me look. I think Dennis got to be traded, Spade. No way. I just, and I understand why they did it. They didn't want to be in a luxury tax. They wanted to get Melo damn near $30 million off the books. I get it.
And Atlanta was willing to do it. Yeah,
they were willing to eat that money and get Melo off the team because they don't want Melo. They was willing to eat that money and get Melo off the books. And they said, hey, we can get back Dennis Schroeder at half the money, $15 million. I think he make. You know, maybe to start the season, he's a suitable backup, but I see them trading Dennis Schroeder. I could be wrong, but I see a trade coming during the season. I do.
It wouldn't be the craziest thing that's happened.
I just don't see Dennis Schroeder being the backup for the whole season. I don't know. Spade, where do you see Melo landing? Melo, has been reports out there that Houston is the front runner. Yeah. There's also been some reports about the Heat, maybe the Lakers.
Yep.
Where do you see Melo landing?
I honestly see him landing in Houston. Nothing else makes sense to me. I don't, as crazy as it sounds, I know him and Brun as boys. I don't think Brun wants him there in L.A. No, Brun won't say that, and L.A. won't say that, but I don't think Brun wants Melo there. And the only allure to Miami, if you're Carmelo, is somewhere you want to end your career. It's a nice spot. You go ahead and get yourself a nice pad down there. You get you some great views, maybe beach access. We just got through talking about, a few states that's, tax-free states, state tax-free anyway. But obviously, if he wants to play, which I think he wants to play, if he wants to win somewhat, we already know at this point, nobody looks at Melo as that guy that wants to win. He hasn't been that way his entire career. He's been the guy that wants to get the money. He's going to get the money. I think he gets a chance to end things off in a unique way with Houston. Him and Chris Paul is friends. Everybody was telling me, not everybody, but I had folks saying, Spade, hold up. Carmelo do not like D'Antoni. Like, this is well documented. And I'm like, Chris Paul is the guy that's going to make it happen. Chris Paul is the guy that's going to smooth everything out.
Chris Paul some credit, bro? Wow.
I always give Chris Paul his credit.
Do you? You ain't give him credit for backpacking your boy?
I did, and I gave him credit for always getting hurt, too. He's one of the best at that, too. I give him credit for everything he's great at. He's great at getting hurt in the postseason, too. But I honestly feel like Houston is the best spot for Melo. Look, Melo is not the defender that Trevor Ariza is. I'm not saying that. But I told the parents and anybody else with an ear on the side of their head, I don't have the data in front of me to prove it. But from my eyes, what I saw, I don't know if anybody missed more wide-ass open threes than Trevor Ariza. If you put Melo in that, and I know Melo not a catch-and-shoot guy. I know that's not what Melo want to do. But if you get Melo to buy in, which if anybody can do it, Chris Paul can. If you put Melo in that same corner that Trevor Ariza used to be in, and if you give Melo the looks that Trevor Ariza got, Melo shoots a better percentage. Is he going to go Denver Nuggets Melo? Probably not. Probably not. But is he going to go 0-12 or whatever, 1-12, whatever the hell Ariza did? I doubt it. I doubt it. Not on wide open looks. When Melo have his bad games, and he do have his bad games, it be ISO Melo taking shots that he think he still can make that he can't make anymore. Wide ass open corner threes, I think Melo hitting about 35-40% of them guys, and I really believe that.
It was also some reports that if he joined Houston, maybe he could be a guy off the bench. You see Melo starting in Houston?
No. I don't know. Maybe.
It's tough because they still got to work out whatever they're going to do with Clint Capella. They still, they ain't signed him, man.
They're working on it.
I'd have been okay.
They told him.
I'd have been okay with Houston letting Ariza, and trust me, I was hard on Ariza. Ariza, people was killing Westbrook and James Harden, and you got Trevor Ariza out there like 1 of 15. Same thing when people was killing Westbrook. I'm like, well, Paul George out there like 2 of 20. So I mean, what you want Westbrook to do? Anyway, I'm okay. I'd have been okay with them losing Ariza if they had kept Mbamute because he's like a defender guy. But they lost him too. So now you lose 2 defensive guys. You still got PJ Tucker, if I'm not mistaken. So I guess he's the defensive guy that slide in one of the.
Probably gonna play the 4, I think.
Who, PJ?
Yep.
Oh, you said Melo. Okay, so maybe PJ start at the 3 and Melo at the 4. Capella.
Well, I got
James.
it flipped. I got PJ at the 4 because he's a better defender. Now
Okay.
they're gonna move it around. You know what I'm saying? Whoever, like if they playing a team with a 3, if they playing Golden State, they not putting Melo on KD. Obviously, they're gonna put PJ there. They're gonna give him that. But I'm talking about on the offensive end. I guess both of them relatively the same height. I guess it really don't matter. But I think on paper they're gonna show PJ at the 4. I'm just guessing.
Okay, and my next question is, even with Melo, do that give them a better chance? I mean, they took them to 7 last year with no Melo. Do you give them an opportunity to compete against Golden State this year? I mean, I know what you're going to say. Is Chris Paul hurt? But go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, if Chris is there, I think they got a chance. I mean, I'm not saying I got them being better. I favored Golden State in that series last year with Chris Paul healthy. You know what I'm saying? I favored Golden State anyway. But is it a chance? Absolutely, man. You can't have an MVP. You can't have a point guard, savvy veteran point guard in Chris Paul and not give those guys a chance. And as much as I hate D'Antoni clapping at missed threes, his offense, if it do nothing else, it's a scoring offense when the shots are falling.
You was hard on
obviously
D'Antoni
this team, D'Antoni clap at missed threes, bro. I can't support that. But obviously this team is not going to be as good defensively as they were last year, and that's one of the reasons why this team gave Golden State fits as well as other teams. It's one of the reasons why they finished with the best record in the NBA. They was a good defensive team last year, and like you alluded to, you can't lose Ariza and Mbamute and come back and think you're going to be as good defensively, especially if you're giving Melo one of those spots. Melo don't guard nothing but that bag as good as those guys. That's it. If you want Melo to guard up, you better
that bag and lala
$100 bills on the jersey of the opposition, and maybe you'll get some strapped up defense.
Hey, I'm interested to know what the fans think. What's the move with OKC and Dennis Schroeder? Melo, what do you guys think his best landing spot is? Leave it in the comment section down below. Ready to move on, bro?
Yes, sir.
Gotta take it to a guy I think we both like, man. Guy was on a bucket squad, a guy that we both. I mean, we like him as an NBA player, but for some reason, Spade, this guy can never just find a home and
I don't like him. I love him. I love him, bro. One of my favorite players.
We're talking about Michael Beasley. Michael Beasley ended up signing a 1-year deal with the Los Angeles Lakers, Spade. And when you look at Spade, let's just talk about, now they signed Beasley, they signed Rondo, they signed JaVale McGee, and who else did they sign, Spade?
Lance Stevenson.
Spade. When you look at the moves the Lakers been making, first of all, I'm going to get your thoughts on Beasley. But you want to talk about an odd bunch of guys to just throw together with LeBron? Talk to me about that, bro.
Let's talk Bees first. I'm on record as saying Bees is one of my favorite players.
Okay.
I was just recently in Florida doing some stuff. I was in an Uber with a bunch of guys, and we was joking on me for making picks in college saying these guys are going to be the next big thing, and they never, and you know, how many times I've been wrong, and they was like, tell me some of the names you've been wrong on, and of course I go Joseph Forte, and I talked Michael Beasley, and one of the guys in the car said, man, even when Michael Beasley was good, you knew he was a head case. I said, no, you didn't. No, you don't understand. Like, people will come out of college now, and they'll average 18, 19 a game, they'll go lotto, and look, you don't know Michael Beasley had more 40-point games than anybody in college. He had more 30-point games than anybody in college. He had more double-doubles than anybody in college. And the guy was playing like the 4 and the 5 at like 6'8", 6'9". Right. He was a dog. And I would throw him on my team today. And you know what, LeParis? That seems like forever ago, but he's not even 30 yet. He's not even 30 yet. So if you think that Bees can't give something to this team, you're crazy. However, I don't know how they're going to use them. I've been saying this the entire offseason. To me, the Lakers are just taking whoever, and I cannot find a pattern. The only pattern I can find is that, and I saw somebody say this, if they're going to pull out cameras and make this a reality TV show, if they're going to record practices and locker room interaction, this shit's going to be a hit. But if they're trying to build a competitive team this year, I cannot connect the dots. I can't. And I love Beasley.
Me neither,
but
man.
it don't make sense to me. I don't know what the hell you are doing, Magic. I don't. And I'm frustrated because I want to get it. I'm racking my brain. I'm in the bed at night, I'm trying to sleep, and I'm like, Rondo and Lonzo? I can't make this shit make sense, bro. It don't make sense to me. Now, as far as all these odd pieces that don't necessarily fit together, the only thing that I can make sense of is that all of these dudes, because of their oddness or whatever situations, are in situations where you can give them 1-year deals. Magic has been very smart by saying, this year, they won't make the postseason. He never said anything about making a championship run or beating these. He did come out and say he's not afraid of Golden State and they don't keep him up at night. I think they don't keep him up at night because he already know they ain't good enough to beat him. So, of course you ain't thinking about that because you know you ain't on that level. The Lakers confuse me, LaParis, and I like to think I'm a smart guy, especially when it comes to basketball. I don't know what the hell they doing, bruh. I don't know. It don't make sense to me.
You know what they doing, bro. Don't rack your brain. You know what they doing. They setting it up for next year. So they signing all these guys to these 1-year deals, and they just gonna see if they can strike lightning in a bottle. Like, hey, let's see if we can get a hit. You know, we gonna put this band together. Let's see if we can be one-hit wonders. That's what they doing. They trying to be one-hit wonders. I mean, we know what we're going to get from LeBron. LeBron is going to be on the court. And they're just going to mix and match rotations and see what they can come up with. I mean, they told Rondo one thing. It was also a report that came out later after they said, well, they told Rondo allegedly, I'm doing quote fingers over here, that it was an open competition. Then later, after that, they was like, oh, it's Lonzo's job. Then we heard again that Rondo saying he want the job. So we don't know what's going to happen. They ended up bringing back Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. We just seen Josh Hart going wheels in summer league into the last game, but he was going wheels.
Right.
So now people saying they just paid Caldwell-Pope $12 million, and now they think Josh Hart is going to be the starter at the 2. People were telling us that they got so many pieces. Lance Stevenson, Ingram, Kuzma, Beasley, like these guys are all like scoring guys. These guys are dudes that want the ball in their hand. I don't know what they're doing either. They getting it ready for next year, and they trying to see if they can strike lightning in the bottle. Now, as far as Beasley, let me just speak on him. I love Beasley, man, and it sucks. Beasley averaged almost 14 points last year with the Knicks. And Spade, when I said Beasley signed with the Lakers, you was like, damn, why happened with him in the Knicks? And I'm like, they drafted Knox, so I guess Knox. Yeah. I guess Knox gonna get them Beasley minutes. I don't know, but he averaged almost 14 points with the Knicks last year, and he had some like explosive games. He had like some 30-point games, and if I'm not mistaken, he had 1 or 2 40-point games last year with the Knicks. Like Beasley, I love Beasley, but for whatever reason, he cannot just find a home and stick with a team. They always sign him to these 1-year deals. Then they get him to a 2-year deal with a team option, and they never bring him back. I hope Beasley, I don't think he's going to be with the Lakers, but I hope after this season, people will be like, you know what, Beasley seemed to have his mind right, and because I think he can help a team, man. You look at teams like Memphis and Atlanta, a team come on, man. Like, you telling me that
Orlando
Beasley can't be on these type of teams? I don't know, man. I'm rooting for Beasley. I don't think it'll be with the Lakers. I don't think he's there for the long haul with the Lakers. I don't think after this 1-year deal that he'll re-up again with the Lakers, or the Lakers will want him back. But I like Beasley, man, and I hope he can stick around the NBA because, I mean, he was the second pick in the draft. No, did he live up to that hype? We already know he had some issues. No, did he live up to that second pick hype? I think that's the same draft Rose came out in, right? I think Rose went 1, he went 2. But I mean, did he live up to the second pick in the draft hype? But he's a solid player. He can help a team, and I want to see him. I want to see him in the league, man. I want to see him. Hope he can find a home in the league.
No doubt, no doubt. Ready to move forward?
Yep.
Let's talk Boston. Let's talk Marcus Smart, man. Also known as the #1 flopper in the NBA. He's very good. He's
Marcus
very
Smart
good.
Belong in football. He belong in soccer the way he flop.
He really do, bro. Or maybe an action flick because he hit a gunshot and he would just jump in the air. Limbs would be flailing. Like, he's really good at it. Marcus Smart finally got what I guess he felt like he deserved from the Boston Celtics, and he got extended. And there was a lot of back and forth going on with this thing, LaParis. I don't know if you know, at the end of the regular season, he expressed how he wanted to stay in Boston, and he was pretty upset that for like the first week and a half, 2 weeks of free agency, he wasn't even contacted by Boston, and it made him feel some kind of way. He has a mother that he's taking care of that's battling, I believe, like bone marrow cancer or something like that, and he admitted that at times it looked bleak for him, and he was trying to remind himself that it's a business. You never know, you can't take it personal, and I know that's tough for a player when you go out there and give your heart and your soul to the team that you thought, that's on the front of your chest, night in and night out. But he was eventually taken care of. He got extended. And Lopez, I was just going to ask your thoughts about it, man. What do you think about the extension? Do you feel like it was aligned in his value, in your opinion? Or do you feel like Boston did the right thing in bringing him back for that?
I mean, I heard some of the experts talking about Marcus Smart shooting, but I don't think that's why you signing Marcus Smart. You ain't like, oh my God, we need Marcus Smart for his scoring. You are signing Marcus Smart. He's a defensive guy. He's locked in defensively. He's going to play tough. He's going to be scrappy. He's going to get in people's face. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's why he's going to agitate folks. That's why you keep Marcus Smart. As far as the money, I'm not mad at the money. It's kind of a little, $13, $14 million a year. In this NBA, you might look at that as a bargain, the way people getting paid out here. I mean, you look at a guy, I pay no shade at your team, but you look at a guy you look at a guy like a Tyler Johnson. I think Tyler Johnson and Dellavedova signed for like $50 million. I think we both would rather have Marcus Smart than both of those guys.
Over Tyler? No, whoa.
Spade. Tyler giving you 40 games. We know what we getting from Marcus Smart.
Whoa, bro.
Spade,
Tyler got
bro.
clear skin. I'll take Tyler for the clear skin, bro. Let's just leave my team alone. I'm
just saying. Hey,
leave us out of this.
I think we both taking Marcus Smart over Dellavedova.
I'm not. I just answered this.
And Tyler Johnson. I don't want to hear what you're saying. But I'm not mad at the money. I think that's about right where you need to be. I got to ask you, though. Marcus Smart at that price. Because people were saying, they might have overpaid for Marcus Smart. I don't think so. What do you think?
Well, I'm going to tell you what's funny. Last October, they offered this man a $50 million extension, and he turned it down. He was betting on himself because he felt like his value was higher than that. Mm-hmm. So after the smoke cleared and the dust settled, he signed for a deal that's just slightly higher than the deal he turned down in October. So once again, this is Danny Ainge over there. Danny Ainge looked like he got shit figured out, bro.
He got it.
Danny Ainge said, look, we're going to offer you this. We feel like this is fair. Smart said, I'm going to leave this on the table. I feel like I'm going to bet on myself. And that much later, because October was a long damn time ago, much later, Danny Ainge basically threw a couple more pennies on that same check and was like, still got this check? What's up? What you want to do? And Marcus was like, now I eat bologna. I eat bologna now. So
I got to ask you, though.
I take it. I got to feel like the offer's okay. I think it's okay.
I got to ask you, though. If you're Marcus Smart, if I'm Marcus Smart, I already know what I would do. I already know the answer to my question. If you're Marcus Smart, would you have signed a shorter deal? Because, like, we already know, it really wasn't no money out there in this free agency. Would you have took a shorter deal and maybe, went back to the drawing board?
I mean, the question is, how many times are you willing to bet on yourself? Because he basically bet on himself last October and just got the same offer. So mentally, you're telling yourself, I bet on myself once. It didn't cost me. I did get slightly higher than that, but I didn't get what I thought I was going to get. The next gamble could backfire. So if I'm smart, I think that's a nice play on words. If I'm Marcus Smart, I'm going to be smart, and I'm signing this.
I think I would have took a shorter deal, Spade. And I agree with what you said about you bet on yourself, but I don't know if the player or the player agent, I don't know who represents Smart, I don't know. But I don't know if they look like, it's really not going to be any money out there. And, I don't know if they looked at it like that. Because it's really not any money out here.
I think they took that into consideration. But you know what else they got to take into consideration?
What's that?
We just named like 50, 60 people that signed 1-year deals.
Yeah.
All them dudes is back in the market next year too. So you're still competing with all of these same guys. And even though it's more money out there, it's not going to be more money to go around for everybody. It's going to be the bigger names that get in a bigger piece of the pie. So it's still a risk. And this is guaranteed money, man. I think he did the right thing. And that's no shade to Marcus Smart, but you just talked about his shooting percentages, and he can push his defensive agenda all he wants. At the end of the day, if we being honest, he's an undersized guard that really don't shoot that well. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Let's be honest.
Yeah, I think I seen something like 27% from three, which is just.
And bro, I think more and more of these Boston players are starting to give off the impression, at least, that they might be a product of Brad Stevens' system. You know what I'm saying? Like, that stigma's still out there too. You still got to break that perception. So yeah, man, it's gonna be a lot of free agents next year. It's gonna be a lot of competition for this money, bro.
Look at that Boston team; they're gonna have to re-up a lot of guys if they. I mean, if that's what they want to do. I think Rozier is gonna want to get paid. We know Jaylen Brown. I mean, they on rookie deals, but they're gonna want to get paid. Tatum gonna want to get paid. I don't know how long they say Al Horford, but I'm pretty sure his contract coming on back around too.
So it's gonna be Al getting another big payday?
Huh?
I said, you think Al getting another big payday?
Spade, the way I told you how Al Horford was going to play in the playoffs. I think they need Al Horford. I do. I think Boston need him. Now, whether that's like a max, I don't know about a max.
2018, 2019? Yeah, okay. So I was trying to see what year we're going into. So Horford, I have another year. He's a free agent in 20.
Yeah, I mean,
Kyrie's a free agent in 20. Marcus Morris got to get. This is his contract year.
I don't think they re-sign him, bro. I don't. But go ahead.
You don't think so?
No, I don't.
Jaylen Brown's a free agent in 20.
Restricted, probably.
This is Terry Rozier's contract year.
Yeah, man. Woo!
Yeah, man. It's gonna be some things to figure out for sure. It's definitely.
You said Danny Ainge got to figure it out. We about to find out. We about to find out. You ready to move on?
Yes, sir.
Gotta take it down to your boy. I just was talking about Miami. You ain't want to talk about Miami. It's funny that this guy's on the list. Spade. Bro. Gotta take it to Wade County, bro. Hey. If you guys didn't know, Dwyane Wade signed. I'm a jacket all up. Dwyane Wade signed.
Go ahead, bro. You got this.
Dwyane Wade signed a lifetime deal with shoe company Li Ning.
Good job, bro.
He gonna be a spokesman or a representative of those that shoe brand for the rest of his life, a lifetime deal. So they gave him the bag. I didn't see how much they didn't. When I read it, I didn't see an amount of money. You know, usually when they be like lifetime, you know it's the bag. You know it's the bag.
They said, yeah.
But Spade,
I saw a
not
rumor
only that a Chinese team reported that they are
what's
ready.
their name, bro? Bro, what's their name?
The Xinjiang, whatever. The Chinese team says they ready to offer Dwyane Wade a monster deal, Spade. Spade, I gotta ask you. This is your boy.
Right. Yep.
He's a free agent.
Yep.
One, should Dwyane Wade take the deal with the Chinese team? And the Miami Heat don't want Wade back? Talk to your boy.
I mean, we wanted Wade back because we thought Wade was going to throw them sneaks up on the power line and retire Miami Heat. He was going to bring it full circle. Him and Pat Riley was going to hug it out.
You telling me Wade don't got nothing left, Spade?
Can I just give you some numbers that ain't got nothing to do with what we talking about? Because I'm a numbers geek and I want to give you some numbers. I told you, and you remember this because we talked about it on the pod.
Winslow and Wade,
bro, we all for that. I'm finna give you some numbers.
Go.
I was really upset that Dwyane Wade never could shoot threes in Miami, but he went other places and could shoot the three ball. Let me give you some numbers. 2015. Let's go back. I don't want to go back too far, but the last time he shot over 30% in Miami was 2011. He shot 31%. All these other years was 20%. 2015, 2016, he shot, get this, bro, 16% from three. 16. He go to Chicago and shot 31%. He go to Cleveland and he shot 33%.
Okay.
He came back to Miami for the back half of that year and shot 22% from three. I don't know what it is about Miami, but something about that salt water down there messed with my man. Tendonitis in his elbow. The jumper just ain't right when he come back. It just ain't right down there for us, bro. Dwyane Wade averaged 12 points a game last season. He did shoot above 40% from the field. He's still a savvy veteran who can get in space and find shots. However, he's lost a step. He's not the Wade that we know. And you got to somewhat control his minutes. Now, if you got a young core that needs veteran leadership, you hold on to Dwyane Wade. I love the Miami Heat, bro. We ain't got that core. This team ain't really that. You know what I'm saying? We got to the postseason last year. Dwyane Wade gave us that one game you said he was going to give us. Unless Dwyane Wade is willing to take some low money, bro, I don't think Miami should
10
bring
mil?
him back.
What's low? 10? That's too high?
Maybe mid-level exception. We already talked about the fact it's not a whole lot of money out there this year, bro. Bro, it's not a whole lot. Boogie just took 5. Boogie just took 5.
Oh my God.
Boogie.
But Boogie. Spade. I gotta. Spade.
Boogie.
Jesus.
5.
I can see. I'm not a Miami Heat fan, but I would like for Wade to go back to Miami for another year. Whatever the money is, it don't matter.
I didn't see you begging for Chicago to keep him for another year when y'all had him.
I didn't like Wade with us. I like Wade and Rondo with us. I did.
Were you campaigning for y'all to keep Wade?
I wanted us to keep them both.
I
wanted us to keep them both, but Spade.
I don't remember that,
man,
B.
Listen, I still feel like, especially if you can get to the playoffs. Like Miami got to the playoffs, and I did say Wade to give you that game. And the crazy thing, I think the same game that Wade went Wills, Winslow went Wills, it still wasn't enough. They lost to the Sixers in that game. I still feel like you get to the playoffs. I think each 7-game series, however long y'all advance, I think Dwyane Wade can give you one game where you just play.
So you want us to pay? How much you want us to pay $10 million a year? Come on, bro. That's bad business. I love Dwyane Wade, bro. Don't put us in this
we know
bad
Wade
spot.
ain't about to get 20, 30. We know he ain't that guy anymore. We know he's not that guy anymore. I was just asking, like, not necessarily saying I want them to pay Wade $10 million. I was just asking, like, what's the low number? What's the low number? You said mid-level. Sheesh. So you're saying you think Dwyane Wade should take this monster deal with the Chinese team?
I mean, yeah. Look, he's got a great working relationship with Li Ning, and I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Dwyane Wade gonna kill me for this. Dwyane, I love you, bro. I love you, but I'm thinking about my team and what's best for my team, our cap space, and the issues we got right now. We can't afford to pay Dwyane Wade that. Dwyane Wade's a legend already in Miami. I don't think there's anything he could do to up his legacy in Miami. At this point, the only thing he could do is hurt his legacy in Miami. It's already Wade County. He can't make that no better, bro. He can't make it no better. What he can do is hang around too long, leave a bad taste in the mouth of fans, and we go, damn, like, this dude's terrible now. I'm not saying that's what we are saying. I'm saying he can hang around long enough.
Everybody washed. They be like, he washed.
He can, look how they doing Melo.
Yeah.
He can hang around long enough that people hate him. As of right now, our last memory is, even though he's older and he lost a step, he gave us a hell of a game in the postseason. And, you know, he gave us that flash. You know what I'm saying? That flashback of Flash. I think he caught a dunk in that game. Like, he just played great. You know what? Now, at this point, you could go overseas and get your retirement popping. Go over there, make you some money,
and
work on your business relationships. I think you got, look, I'm going to keep it a stack with you. I got 2 pair of Li Nings, and those are like early designs. And to me, I like those better than the newer shoes that they're releasing from an eye candy perspective. I don't know about, you know, how well it feels and all the other good stuff. But from looking at them, I like the early Li Nings better than what they're releasing now. And, bro, I'm not passing Li Nings on the street. When I'm out there walking, I'm not passing people. His market is over there. Go make your money. Go over there and secure the bag. Get on your Carmelo stuff. And then you leave still with the respect of the city of Miami. You came back. You made it right with Miami. Pat Riley made it right with you. You made it right with Pat Riley. It can't get no better. It can only get worse. And when you're in that situation where it can only get worse, sometimes you got to know when to say when. You got to know when to hold them. You got to know when to fold them. You got to know when to walk away.
Tough question. Do you see Dwyane Wade in the NBA this upcoming season?
Possibly. I mean, somebody will give him a deal, but it's not going to be for that money. You already said it's not a lot of money out there. Everybody's signing 1-year deals. A lot of people taking mid-level exceptions or something close to it.
The Lakers throwing 1-year deals around.
Nah, listen, man. I'm telling you, Brun not a fool. Brun do not want Dwyane Wade. If he did, he would have gotten them already. I'm serious, dog. Brun don't want Melo, and he don't want Dwyane Wade. He doesn't. Wow. That don't sound nice, but this is factual shit. Wow. If Brun wanted Wade would have been there already.
That's the soundbite right there, baby. That's the soundbite. That's the sound bite right there, baby. That's it.
So that's the intro soundbite.
That's it right there.
Goodness. Sorry, bro. That's just factual stuff.
That's how you starting the show? Good.
Bro, I'm telling you,
Okay.
I love Dwyane Wade.
Okay.
It can't get any better with him in Miami. It came full circle. He came home. The prodigal son came home. He had an amazing postseason game and got a chance to see the arena go crazy. American Airlines Arena went crazy. Everybody was cheering for Wade. Wade was back. He's back home. Now go get that money, sell into the sunset, secure that bag. Hey, man, I'm here to educate.
Ladies and gentlemen, I put this topic up here to have some fun and Spade out here. Yeah,
bro.
Okay.
What have I said that you disagree with? Seriously, let me know.
We can move on, bro. I want to get the football.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Nah, ain't no football on this show. Ain't no football on this show.
Sheesh. Let's move on.
I guess it is some football. All right, man. This news right here was kind of sad to me, man. Speaking of hanging out. Speaking of hanging around too long, LePairs. Speaking of staying somewhere so long that people forget your greatness and the last memory they got is you getting your ass toasted on a 999 scene. Let's talk about Darrelle Revis, who is going to retire, man. He's going to retire as a member of the New York Jets. Now, this thing is already weird because Jets drafted Darrelle Revis and they got a chance to see this guy grow into the best cornerback in the league, and then he left them for a division rival, New England Patriots, and won a ring there. I do, however, think this is the best place for him to retire. And unfortunately, man, you and I remember his greatness. But it's going to be that generation that came in the last couple of years. And they don't know the Revis that we know. All they know is the old guy that was getting toasted on street routes. LePairs, is there anything in you that's a little sad to see Revis end it like this, bro?
I mean,
come on.
I mean, it was
Come
time.
on, bro.
I
know.
Was time. Let me tell you something. For a handful of years, Darrelle Revis Island was the baddest mouth in the game. That dude, they showed clips, bro, when Darrelle Revis was literally on an island and the safety was shading the other receivers on the. It wasn't even a safety by Revis on his side. On the hash, the safety was on the other half. The other safety was in the box. Darrelle Revis was all alone, and that's incredible. But Darrelle Revis, he came. The one thing Darrelle Revis showed, which a lot of NFL players should have modeled, when they became free agency. Darrelle Revis got that bag too. He went out there and got his chips, and we left the Jets and went to Tampa Bay. And then I think he spent one year. You're right. I think he spent 1 year in Tampa Bay. People don't even remember that. Maybe 1 or 2 years in Tampa Bay. I want to say 1 year. And then he went to New England and got that ring. And then he came back and got the bag again. Listen, Darrelle Revis, I think he showed players how to maneuver in this league. He always got his money. Bro. He always got his money. He was once the number one corner. If you was talking top, we do top fives on this show.
He was the number one.
Yeah, he was number one during those couple of years. He was a bad mofo. I just think it's time, Darrelle Revis is a Hall of Famer. It was a lot of argument going around whether or not Darrelle Revis was a first ballot Hall of Famer. The way the Hall of Fame do it, I don't see Darrelle Revis getting in first ballot, but he would definitely be in as a Hall of Famer. People were saying, I think he only had like 26 interceptions. Somebody want to correct me in the comment section down below. But people was not testing Darrelle Revis. They was not throwing over there. It was also a lot of people saying Darrelle Revis or Deion. Listen, I'm an old school guy, and I seen Deion. I seen Deion with Atlanta. I seen him with San Francisco. Of course, I seen him with the Cowboys. And Deion.
And you saw him with Baltimore.
And Baltimore. Deion Sanders is, to me, the best cover corner ever.
But, throw the butt in there.
What he didn't tackle. That's why I said
he didn't tackle like Revis.
Cover
best
corner. That's true.
Corner I've ever seen. True. But Revis in his prime could, and although his prime wasn't as long as Deion's, in his prime, Revis was a better cornerback than Deion for about 2 or 3 years.
So you got Revis over Deion?
Comes for everybody. I think if you take Deion in his prime, he's a better cover guy than Revis. But if you take Revis in his prime, I think he's a better all-around cornerback than Deion Sanders. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry.
I
ain't throwing at either one of them.
Deion in his prime, give me
But
Deion,
I'm running
bro.
at Deion. Bro, I'm not throwing at either one of them, but I'm running at Deion. I'm running at Deion.
Okay.
I'm not running at Revis in his prime.
Deion got him on Deion didn't tackle, but he got you on the ground. He did get you on the ground.
Deion would get in front of him, do this matador thing, wait till you go by, jump on your back, slide down to your waist, slide all the way down to your ankle, hold on to that ankle till you finally went down. By the time he got you down, you picked up 7 more. Listen, man, I grew up in Atlanta during the Atlanta Saints rivalry when it was kind of heated, when both of them teams was middle-of-the-road teams fighting it out. I saw Craig Haywood run toward Deion. Deion wanted no smoke. Don't get me wrong. Ironhead Haywood. Nobody want no smoke with Haywood. Yeah, ain't nobody want no smoke. But I'm telling you, all you had to do was run toward Deion, and that shit was a guaranteed 1st and 10.
Is Revis a first ballot Hall of Fame spade? You think he get on first ballot?
I think he does.
Okay.
And you know what's messed up? My perception is skewed because as a football player, I respect him so much. But you spoke on something. The way Revis moved, it was revolutionary. We never seen anybody do what Revis did. Like somebody would say, Revis, we're gonna give you 5 years. I'm making up money. Don't count. Don't quote me on the money. We're gonna give you 5 years, $100 million. Revis would go, nah, I'm good. Let me get this 1 year though, and then I'm out. You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't give a. He always bet on himself, and that's why it was so tough to watch the fall of him, because we was used to Revis betting on himself, and he always won. So when he bet on himself and he lost, we was like, oh shit, that must have been a fluke. And then he bet on himself and he lost. Then they got to the point where we were sitting here thinking, holy shit, maybe Revis isn't Revis anymore. And Father Time comes for everybody. There's absolutely nothing for Revis to hold his head down about.
I agree.
But it bothers me that he's gonna go out as this. I'm telling you, if you was to do a Google search and you looked in the dates, the last probably 5 times you find an article on Revis, it's about him being toasted and about Revis Island now being a resort and you can just come kick your feet up, and that's the type of stuff that was being written about this guy. And it's a shame because when he was in his prime, nobody was throwing at that guy. Nobody in their right mind.
They ain't even throw. That's why people was like, oh, I don't think you're first ballot because it's interceptions. That's not my argument. I just think the way they vote this crap now is going to be funny. And like you said, people, it's kind of like the out of sight, out of mind. The last thing they remember is the last thing they saw. And that's probably going to hurt him when it comes to like being a first ballot Hall of Fame.
Big facts, bro.
But people did not test Revis. They did not throw over there. So that's why them interceptions is low. They did not throw over there. They didn't. Let's move on, bro.
Let's do it.
Gotta take it out to San Francisco. We're gonna talk Jimmy Garoppolo, and I gotta ask you, he was out to dinner, looked like he was at the little fancy restaurant everybody go to when they out in LA. I think they was in LA or in Hollywood, wherever they at.
Beverly Hills.
He was out with an adult film star spade, and I mean, Twitter, sports media was going bananas and was like, "What is Jimmy Garoppolo doing?" And I gotta ask you,
is
this a big deal or nah?
I mean,
is this much to do about nothing? Is they making a big deal out of the starting quarterback who just got the bag, $100 million contract, being out with an adult film star? I think she's 41 too. They actually threw her age out there. They said she's 41.
Well, I'm telling you what, I got a picture pulled up right here. She's 41. She is aging well. She's aging well. I'm gonna tell you like this. How old is Garoppolo?
I'm about to look it up right now. That's exactly what I was looking at right now.
I don't know how old he is, but I know he just signed for $137.5 million.
Garoppolo, 26.
Listen, man,
he's 26
years old. Let me tell you something. It could be a guy that just know exactly what he wants. He can go out there and hit that dating scene and throw that money around for these chicks and see where they head at. Or you just go somebody who's experienced on the job. You know what I'm saying? You can cut straight to the chase. Look here, man. We're going to go get something to eat. And then I'm trying to try some stuff I ain't never tried before. You know what I'm talking about? I saw episode 3 of your wild stuff, and you know what I'm saying. I need somebody with the experience to help me with some of this stuff. To me, Jimmy G out there living his best life. He's living in the Bay. He's a millionaire. Look, people was talking about he was one of the top quarterbacks in the league after putting up technically similar numbers to another quarterback that's out of the league. Go live your life, Jimmy G. Go get you an experienced woman who can help you out with the things you want to learn. You know what I'm saying?
Spade.
Team Jimmy G over here, bro. Don't you hate on Jimmy. Don't do it.
This is one of the few topics we are going to agree on.
Okay, let's get it.
26-year-old me ain't have $100 million. And I know 26-year-old me was wilding.
And if I did, I'd have been out to eat with an adult film star who could teach me all the tricks.
This is This is what I'm talking about with sports media. Let me tell you something about strong arm sports. See, crap like this wouldn't normally be talked about on strong arm sports. We don't be up here. We don't talk that Black China and Amber Rose and slut walk. We don't do all that up here. We don't do that.
Whoa, bro. I like them. I like both of them.
No, I'm saying we don't talk that stuff up here. We wouldn't have talked this, but sports media, because it's such a drought for things to talk about out here. These guys said, "Oh my God, what is Jimmy Garoppolo doing? I'm shocked. I'm appalled. Why is he winning an adult film star?" Come on, man. This is not an issue. This is not an issue. 26 years, any man, and I'm willing to bet any of these dudes that was like, "Oh my gosh, what is Jimmy Garoppolo?" It was actually retired NFL players that was like, this is a bad look for Jimmy Garoppolo. He's the quarterback of the San Francisco. Man, it was quarterbacks taking drugs and. You know what?
In the locker room.
In the locker room.
Coaches allegedly taking drugs. Not in Miami, though, but in some other places.
Come on, man. This is why sports media is a drought right now. There's really no games going on. We know baseball going on, but baseball trash. Yeah, I said it. Baseball trash.
Wow.
And Spade.
Go Braves.
You're a baseball fan now because the NBA.
Go Braves.
Go Braves. But Spade, this is not an issue, bro. It's not an issue. I don't even want to spend that much time on it. It's not an issue. Jimmy, go do your thing. Live your best life. It's the off-season camp about to start. You better have some fun before camp because you about to be locked in for 6 months. You about to be locked in. So go have some fun. Earn your money. And go play quarterback and have some damn fun with your damn film star. Go ahead.
And learn you some tricks. Listen, man. If y'all don't think, let's be honest, if y'all don't think this man about to learn some stuff that he gonna take back to a 23-year-old and it's gonna be stuff she ain't never seen before in her life, cuz. Yeah, I'm for it. I'm for it, man.
I ain't mad at Jimmy either, bro. Jimmy, do your thing, bro.
Winning go ahead and
off the field. That's what I call winning on and off the field. Go, Jimmy.
He ain't gonna be doing a whole lot of winning on, so pump the brakes there. Let's go ahead and end this show.
Spade, you know what? After we do our top 5, we got to talk about who winning the divisions and stuff.
Yeah, of course we do.
Okay.
Of course we do. I know who not winning y'all division. Y'all. Anyway, Let's go ahead and end the show with a bang, man. We are to the beautiful part of the year where we start doing our top 5 NFL players at various positions leading into the upcoming football season. I got to give y'all the rules. We might have new listeners. This ain't just based on stats. This ain't just based on, what we think. We ain't looking at no fantasy projections. This is a little bit based on stats. It's a little bit based on the eye test of what we see when we watch these guys play. And it's a little bit of a prediction factor in here. What we think is going to happen with these players moving forward. The position for this week is middle linebacker. It's one of my favorite positions to watch. Like, I grew up in an era where I got a chance to see people like Mike Singletary, who to me never really gets the props he deserved. We're going to throw these things back and forth from 5th all the way to number 1. Sometimes we do an honorable mention. The pairs, the last few top 5s, you have been getting your ass kicked. Please fight back, bro. Like, this shit ain't even fun to me. It ain't even fun to me no more, bro. So I need you to fight back this week. Make us proud. You're supposed to be the football expert. Give me your top. Don't give me all your top 5. I just want to start at 5. But ultimately, give me your top 5 NFL middle backers going into this season, bro. Make me proud. Go.
Can I ask you a question first?
You can do whatever you want to do. This is America.
I want to ask you, when you're looking at a middle linebacker.
I'm sorry.
When you're looking at your middle when you're looking at middle linebacker, what do you want in a linebacker? Yes. What do you want?
At a middle backer, for me, I want a guy who can run sideline to sideline. I want a guy who can stop the run, and I think I want a guy who's decent in pass. Now, I'm not saying he's taking your tight end, and a lot of times those middle backers.
It's crazy because I agree with you 100%. Because I didn't even think you was going to mention pass coverage. I thought you would have said, because I'm a football guy. You're not as knowledgeable as me in football.
Wow, that's what we saying on the show.
I didn't expect you to even mention pass coverage. But when I'm looking at a middle linebacker, I want a guy sideline to sideline, a guy that can shed blocks, a tackling machine, of course, and a guy like you said, Spade. He don't have to be amazing in coverage, but I want him to be decent enough that he can cover. And that's where, Spade, when I'm talking about linebackers, I want to talk about honorable mention first. My honorable mention, I'm going to give it to a guy. And the only reason he didn't make my list this year is because people are going to say, oh, well, look who this guy got surrounding him. He got players all around him. That's why the guy didn't make my list, which is no fault of his. But I expect to see more growth. So honorable mention will go to Eric Kendricks, middle linebacker from the Minnesota Vikings. Okay. Had a great year. I'm going to tell you what I like about him. A guy that can cover. Got 7 pass deflections. Got an interception. I like this kid. I see more growth. Okay. Honorable mention to him. At number 5, though, I'm taking it to my team. And this guy dropped on my list. He was higher on my list last year. This guy dropped. And we're talking about Sean Lee. Sean Lee dropped. And if Sean Lee have another year where he's injury prone again,
you got to get Sean Lee off of this list, bro.
Listen. If he have another year when Sean Lee have issues with injury, next year Sean Lee would not be on my list. He played 11 games last year, and people want to say, "Oh, 11 games isn't bad. He missed, a handful of games. That's not that bad." But Sean Lee, he's been having some injury. I still think he's a top 5 guy in the league. I'm hoping that this year isn't an injury-prone year for Sean Lee. But if Sean Lee has another injury-prone year, he's off my list. But when he's on the field, he can see the field. He can cover. He catch interception. He can blitz. He's a tackling machine. And for that reason, Sean Lee is number 5 on my list. But Sean Lee, tread lightly, my dude, because if injuries is a problem, then you're going to be off this list. Go, Spade.
Can I ask you a question, though?
Go ahead.
Is it possible that Sean Lee on your list because you're a Cowboys fan?
That's not true, Spade. I feel like Sean Lee is
I'm not accusing you. It was just a question.
No. Sean Lee is one of the top 5 guys in this league.
I think Kiko Alonso better than him, and Kiko Alonso didn't make my list. Keep it a stack with you.
Go ahead.
All right. I'm going to do something a little different. My honorable mention is to a guy that I'm not a huge fan of this guy.
Okay.
But you can't really deny what he do on the field, bro. And I know I'm going to get some looks because we've been kind of, I'm not even going to say we. I've been kind of hard on this guy. Let me take the kind out of it. But my honorable mention goes to Reuben Foster, man. Reuben Foster be out there getting it in. If you watch the guy play, he definitely got that I like to see in a middle backer. He flies to the football. He makes plays. He's my honorable mention. Now, I did something a little different.
Okay.
At 5, I'm going where you went on honorable mention. I'm going to Eric Kendricks.
Okay.
One thing I like about Kendricks, not only do we have a nose for the football, you don't get a ton of sacks, but he hits the quarterback a lot.
Yeah.
And this is a stat, to me, that goes underappreciated. Somebody who hitting the quarterback a lot, he's the guy who's going to cause interceptions late in that game. It might not be a sack for him, but it might be an interception for the cornerback, or it might be an interception for the safety because of the pressure he's putting on the quarterback. I think Kendricks is definitely, I think he's a budding star in this league, obviously, if I got him at number 5, and he's somebody you got to keep an eye on.
Okay. I'm not mad at that.
Let me give you my number 4. I think last year, I either had this guy honorable mention or I had him number 5. And the only reason why I did that is because I said, hey, this guy's kind of young and it's not a whole lot of tape on him. I'm not sure if it's a fluke. I don't know if he's going to keep it up. After another year under his belt, I got him at 4. If he have another year like this, he's probably going to be top 2 for me next year. I'm going to go ahead and brace you for it. At number 4, I got Deion Jones with the Atlanta Falcons. This guy right here is on his way to being the best middle backer in pro football. You heard it here first. The guy is a tackling machine. I'm afraid, you know how people are always throwing the football on the sidelines during the game? One day he gonna knock the hell out one of them guys because he just like he don't play. If you got the football and you moving, he gonna hit you. So be careful over there on the sidelines. I got Deion Jones at number 4 over here, bro.
Okay, Spade. At number 4, I got a guy that's been getting it done for some years now, man. And I think we both respect him. And that's none other than Baltimore's own C.J. Mosley. C.J. Mosley has been just, especially healthy. C.J. Mosley has been
since he came in the league, really.
Yeah, he's been consistent. I mean, easily 100 tackles total. Always have like combined over 120 tackles all the time. Like C.J. can cover, can catch interceptions. I mean, bruh, had a touchdown. This dude is amazing. C.J. Mosley is my number 4 backer. Now, and he's the leader of. You look at it. You look at Baltimore, Spady. Baltimore is known for having Ray Lewis in the middle. C.J. Mosley slid right in that position. I'm not saying he's Ray Lewis to the impact
He's not.
Of what Ray Lewis has made. But C.J. Mosley slid in that position and made Eaton at least close to the impact that Ray Lewis made this. C.J. Mosley has been a model of consistency at the middle linebacker position, and he's interchangeable. He played outside, he played middle. He played middle now, but he's amazing. C.J. Mosley is my number 4 guy. Spade.
Okay.
My number 3 guy is a guy that you just mentioned, Deion Jones. You
got to make 3. I like it.
This dude right here, is a whole problem, yo. Hits everything moving. I'm talking about Spade. Let me tell you what I'm impressed with. 13 pass deflections, 3 interceptions.
Sir.
This guy,
yes, sir.
A tackling machine. And listen, Jesus Christ, Spade. When they drafted Deion Jones and Keanu O'Neal, that defense changed. That defense used to be. They got this guy. Deion Jones is on his way to being the number 1 damn back in this league. They better stop playing.
Yes, sir.
Like Deion Jones is a problem, and for that reason, he's number 3 on my list. He's number 3.
I love it, bro. All right, let me give you my number 3. I was really kind of thinking our list was going to be a lot different. So far, they're not that different. And number 3, I got C.J. Mosley for everything you just said about him. So I really don't have to go down the long lineage. One thing you didn't mention that I want to say is in the past 4 seasons, he's 5th in the NFL in tackles, in total tackles.
Crazy.
Like, he ain't playing. And let's keep it a stack. That Baltimore defense is not what it once was. It's not. I tell you what is still the same thing out there, and that's that middle backer spot. It's flying to the football and making plays. Now I'm gonna jump ahead to my number 2. This guy right here.
Also, what I wanted to mention for C.J. Mosley is forced 3 fumbles, recovered 3 fumbles. Go ahead, Spade.
Oh yeah. Wait, I am going to 2, right? Make sure I'm not tripping. I'm going to 2.
You're going to 2.
Okay, at number 2, this guy right here has consistently been number 1 on my list. He gave me, LaParis, the Carolinas, NFL fans, you name it. Anybody who watched sports, he gave us all a tremendous scare a few years back, and he had a tough run with concussions to the point that we both damn near got on this podcast and begged this guy to hang it up.
Word.
Not because we didn't think he could play anymore, because we didn't want to see this guy continue to get hurt. And he bounced back last season. I was watching to see how it was going to go, and you know what? He looked like he was back riding the bike. He was like, put my foot here, pedal, bet, I got it. And at number 2, I got Luke Kuechly, man. If Luke can stay healthy, Luke's a dog. Everybody knows it. If you don't believe it, ask Demaryius Thomas. Demaryius will tell you.
Yeah, he ain't been right since. Shit.
He ain't been right since.
Hey, listen. At number 2, I got Luke Kuechly as well for all the reasons you stated. Only reason Luke Kuechly dropped from 1 to 2 is because his total tackles, like solo tackles, was down for Luke Kuechly. I mean, 74 tackles. It's every time Luke Kuechly is a beast. But every time I see Luke Kuechly play, man, I just be
scared,
fearful for this guy, man.
Yeah,
because he's so passionate about football, like I can feel it. But it's just, I be like, please just get up, Luke Kuechly. And he bounced back last year, pretty good. I think he played 15 of the 16 games. You can't complain about that. He only missed 1 game. So
had 3 interceptions as well.
Yeah,
had a forced fumble. Did all that other shit that we know he do.
Deflections, 3 picks, like you said, a forced fumble.
And basically 2 sacks.
Yeah, man. Luke Kuechly is still a beast in this league. I'm hoping he can stay healthy. He's a monster. I love Luke Kuechly. But at number 1, I think we pretty much got the same guy. A guy that's pretty much been the leader of this defense. Now, I know Cam Chancellor was he's like the emotional guy. But all those guys are going now. Richard Sherman, gone. Cam Chancellor, gone. Michael Bennett, gone. Earl Thomas, maybe gone. And we talking about OG Bobby Wagner, man.
OG.
Oh, yeah, look. Bobby Wagner. 100, damn near 100 solo tackles. 8 pass deflections. 2 interceptions. I mean, a guy that just do everything. A touchdown. A fumble recovery. 133 total tackles. Come on, man. A sack and a half. I love Bobby Wagner. And for that reason, Bobby Wagner is my number 1 middle linebacker in this league. And you want to know, he's going to have to, Spade, the crazy thing is he's going to have to step up even more because of all his guys that he was there with, those guys are going. So now you got to not only be a vocal leader, not be the, you got to be the emotional leader, got to still play up to OG Bobby Wagner's standard, and I think he can do that.
Yeah, I think he will as well. Look, I'm gonna tell you something about Bobby Wagner that I like. If he don't make the play, you better believe 54 is around the play. Like, once the play is over, 54 is there. Like, he might not always make the tackle. 54 is there. He's like a magnet to the football. I got him at number 1 as well, and I actually think his production is gonna go up. I think the Seahawks are gonna be worse. But shit, who else gonna make a tackle on that defense? You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. This ain't no shot at the twins, the brothers they got out there. I like both of those guys, and I believe they're gonna make plays. But I think that this guy here is going to. I think he's gonna ramp it up, man. And at number 1, I got Bobby Wagner, OG, what we call him.
Yeah, OG Bobby. Listen, it's a lot of good young middle linebackers in here. Some other guys I was looking at. I mean, it can only be 5. He did an honorable mention. It can only be 5. Sean Lee, you want thin ice, my dude. You want thin ice. Hey, I gotta ask you, where you want to go next? We gotta go offense. Is it gonna be quarterback or wide receiver?
I kind of want to say quarterback, bro.
Quarterback. I mean, we
do
always.
I want to say? Yeah, let's actually go quarterbacks. Let's say wideouts. I think that one right there gonna be spicy. Let's say wideouts. Let's go quarterback.
Quarterback. Me and you always fight over quarterback.
Yeah, we fight over wide receivers too, bro.
Oh, so where you want to go?
This year, since you calling somebody tight end, I kind of want to say that. Let's go QB next week. Matter of fact, hey, what the hell? Let's ask the listeners. Matter of fact, we'll fire a poll up. We'll put a poll on Twitter as well as in this podcast, and you guys let us know what you want to see next week. Let's do that. Yeah, the customer always right, bro.
Wide receivers, finally a good idea from Spade.
Wow, bro. I had one bad idea, and this is what we do. It changed my. See what I'm talking about? See how people forget you good?
We're gonna put a poll up on our Twitter, and it's gonna. I guess he's gonna put the tweet in the comment section. Mm-hmm. Where we going next? Quarterback or wide receiver? We're gonna have some fun. Spade, before I close the show, you got anything else to add?
Not at all, bro.
Listen, man. I want to thank you guys for tuning in to another Strong Arm Sports. We want you guys to leave your top 5 middle backers in the comment section. Do not, I got to say this every show because somebody always do it.
You got to. And there might be new listeners.
Do not leave your quarterbacks or your wide receivers in the comment section. We don't even know which one we're doing next. Don't leave neither. Leave us your top 5 middle backers in the comment section down below. Leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section down below. You can tweet us, email us about every topic we talk about today. Listen, if you new here, bang the subscribe button. It takes 2 seconds. If you're a regular here, hit the like button. There's also a little bell update. You can click that bell, get a notification to your mobile device to let you know when a new episode has been uploaded to our YouTube channel. Listen, you don't want to see 2 dudes arguing in a box. We got audio podcasts everywhere. SoundCloud, ऊPodOmatic, iTunes. Soon to be on Spotify. We cannot thank you guys enough for your continued support.
Yes, sir.
We'll see you guys next episode. We out. Peace.